Let's move on to Sony. At Darwin Loves Devo writes in and asks, I've seen some rumblings about the update to PSVR hardware and wants to know our thoughts on it. So there's a new model of PSVR. Actually, there's a new model of the HTC Vive also. It seems like the PSVR update is a lot less significant than the Vive one. Is it Vive?
Well, it has to work with the console, doesn't it? So.
What do you mean?
Well, it can't be as advanced as the Vive and still work on the PlayStation 4, can it?
Unless they wanted to do something that they wouldn't do and say it only is going to work with the Pro.
So yeah, exactly. Yes, that
or
is.
maybe why wouldn't they do that with this though?
Make a VR Pro.
Yeah,
because they're still selling the number of Pros that they're selling is still such a small percentage to the.
Yeah, but I'm sure the number of VRs is as well.
Right, but why dilute the potential audience even further? It's already, it's already so small. It's already so heavily diluted. Why do that to yourself? With a PC, it makes a lot more sense, I think. But I think so the update to the PSVR hardware is pass-through HDR, which it doesn't have now. And I think not much else. The cables are maybe less cables or are better secured cables. I forget, but it was nothing. It wasn't like a resolution boost or anything like that, which is what you get with the Vive Pro that was announced, which is now above 1080p, but it's still not as high as I think it needs to be for a screen that is right on your face. I think it's somewhere in like the 1440p range. Because at Kamui 079 writes in and asks what we think about the Vive Pro and what features do they need to announce to get us interested? Or does it come down to the games?
I don't even have a PC to use it on, so it comes down to nothing.
But I think for me and Shipwreck, it comes down to not being a headset.
Yep.
I think that's pretty much it. So as long as it's just like a big thing that blocks everything out of your life, I think we're sort of out. Unless it's a lot cheaper and smaller.
I don't know.
It's still a lot of work.
I think that ship has sailed with me.
I noticed this is newsworthy for you, Wombat. In Hicksville, they're opening up a VR parlor. I don't know what you would call it. What would you call a place where you could rent VR equipment like in a room by the half hour?
A holodeck?
A VR arcade?
Sure.
They're just PCs in a room with like probably Vives or Vuves or Oculuses. That's opening soon in Hicksville. So you can.
That is close to my house.
I mean, it's kind of cool. Like you could bring your whole family and have your own private room. And I think it was like $40 for an hour.
I can't tell if that's a lot or a little.
I know.
That sounds like I could do a lot for $40.
You can't see a movie with the family. I mean, I guess you could if you go at the right time.
Yeah, and also a movie's longer than an hour.
It is. Yep. And you probably won't throw up from the movie.
No, I doubt I will. And I guarantee you that the VR isn't going to always just work.
Well, they'll be there to help you.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they will, but it'll probably be like, oh, we got to reboot.
Yeah, when I heard about it, I thought it was going to be sort of like arcade machines or something, but I guess those don't really exist anymore. Right? They don't make like arcade VR games.
I don't think so.
Do they?
I don't think so.